Brickmaniacs, I'm here at the designer's desk of Andrew Summers, here to show off his all-new Jagdpanther, your Jaggedy Panther.
Yeah, we agreed we'd call it the Jagdpanther.
Jagdpanther. Yeah. So maybe let's just get right into a little bit of history of this Jaggedy Panther.
Well, it was a German tank destroyer, obviously.
Yeah.
I believe it had an 88mm gun, rather feared vehicle. Very effective and reliable from what I've read on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, the Allies, they came up against it and kind of went, oh crap, you know. But yeah, very effective vehicle, very cool looking thing, I think.
Yeah. It's like a scaled up Hetzer, your last kit, right?
Yeah. Well, the Hetzer is like the little babby brother. So.
Yeah, so maybe let's talk about some build challenges that you faced with this guy. Obviously, we got these crazy slopes going on.
Yeah, that was, you know, just like the Hetzer that came before this, the biggest challenge was getting the angles down. A lot of armor, you know, it's made of angles, and when you're doing a tank destroyer especially, you know, you get, I believe they call it the casemate, right? This whole section here is the casemate. Okay. Lots of angles on that, and it's just a matter of, you know, I've said this in videos prior, it's just a matter of finding a combination of pieces that works. Right. In the case of the Jagdpanther, oh my god, I just called it the Jagdpanther. Wow, I'm an idiot. In case of the Jagdpanther, rather, admittedly it was a little bit easier. I've done the Hetzer, obviously, and I had to work with crazy angles on that one, and a lot of what I did just kind of fell into place.
Yeah.
You know, I had an idea for what I wanted the front of the armor to look like using these wedge plates here, and it was from there. It was just a matter of getting the angle on the sides. So, you know, once you've done something enough times, it becomes a bit easier to not only do it but think it through, you know, before you do it.
Yeah, and then working on the Hetzer, I'd imagine you had to come up with quite a few different combinations before getting it right. So maybe some of that was almost practice for this.
Yeah, yeah, definitely so. I mean, on the Hetzer, I believe I'm using the same wedge plates as I am on the front. So it was just okay. I know what angles can work with that, and I'll go with it. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with how the angling came out, and specifically on the rear. I'm pleasantly surprised with the cheese slopes here. When I was coming up with the whole siding.
You know, point that out again. Oh, right up.
Yeah, right here in this section there.
Here we go.
So, when I was coming up with the siding of this, the section right here, I originally just had this as one large chunk, and I was planning to do the back of it, this section here, in a different way. But then sometimes you have those moments where you go, wait a minute, there's a much easier solution I can use, right? So then I just decided to make this whole section one thing using these cheese slopes. And as luck would have it, the angle of the cheese slopes match with the angle of the siding as a whole, and then perfectly fits flush.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, that's the first time I've actually noticed that. I was, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those features that isn't prominent, but I'm definitely proud.
That's very clean, very clean. And then you managed to get some camouflage in there as well, which is always cool to see that as well.
Lots of ambush camouflage.
Yeah, nice simple camouflage design, but it works.
Oh yeah, and it definitely brings out the shape of the model, I think, a lot more. A lot of the things I've done in the past in personal builds, I've used light gray or dark bluish gray, and you know, you sort of get the angles lost when it's just a single color. And the ambush camouflage, it really brings it out, I think.
Yeah, totally. There's also a nice angle on the top of the, what did you call this?
Oh yes, yeah, the casemate.
The casemate.
I believe that's the term. Someone in the comments will correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, the angling is very simple on this.
Yeah. Which it allows for a really nice play feature as well.
Oh yes.
So due to the scale, you're allowed a little bit more room on this.
So
compared to your Hetzer.
The play feature, which I think is pretty cool here, just like a film I once saw, when you take the top off, you can fit 5 guys in it. And that was kind of unintentional, but it just so happened that as I was building it, I'm going, wait a minute, there's a lot of room in here, you know? So why not see just how far I can take it in terms of fitting figs? A lot of my personal builds, they fit figures and whatnot. So I figured I could, you know, I'll try and do that with this one. And it turns out there's actually quite a bit of room in there.
Yeah.
So now, one thing you'll notice is that the interior is a little bit Spartan. There's not much to it, and that's also sort of intentional. You can design your own interior and whatnot. And obviously the gun elevates and depresses.
It's cool to see that working on the inside as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's an opening breech, so you can. I believe I got it.
There we go.
That's a little bit difficult to do. But yeah, you can open the breech. You can load a brick arm shell in there, and you can design it how you want.
Yeah.
Have a little fun with it. So
cool. There is also sticker pack and custom printing on this kit as well. You want to go over that? Lots
of custom printing.
Yes.
Slam did an excellent job on that, as per usual.
Yeah.
So we have some roof details, like on the top hatches. It's half hatch design. That's really nicely printed. Some vent tiles on the engine deck in the back. Yeah, and then we also got, what is this, texture printed or puffy printed? Is that
a little bit of texture printing to that? Yeah.
So there's the frontal machine gun for there.
With that simulated, is that an MG34
yeah,
on that?
Simulated MG34. The way I made it with the wedge plates, it wasn't really possible to do like a brick built design. I mean, I know this just happened to be the best way to display that feature on the actual thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to go the brick built route, you'd have to completely, you couldn't use these same pieces, obviously.
Yeah, no, it would have to be radically
completely
different.
And probably kind of a little janky compared to this. So this is a nice, clean,
Overall, I think it does a very good job of just capturing the look of it with the parts I have used there.
Should I talk about the figure? What do you think? Yeah. Dot 44, 44 dot camouflage on this minifigure. So we've seen this same camouflage pattern before. I've done this on dark tan in the past. I wanted to try it out on reddish brown to see what that would look like. In real life, they were using all sorts of different fabric, and just the dyes were so completely, like, just no consistency at all towards, end of the war when they're producing this. So you would see a lot of different coloration variants on this camouflage. So
now the reddish brown, that's new, right?
Yeah. So the previous version was dark tan, right?
Yeah.
But I think actually you could mix and match. Like they wouldn't always get issued the same runs of fabric. So sometimes their jackets would be almost a completely different color compared to their trousers, or So 360 printing, underarm printing. Got some binoculars. Yeah, pretty slick.
Yeah, so, looks great, and it goes very well with the tank, I would say.
So, right on. Where is he? I can't see him.
You made a figure?
What? Anything else you want to go over on this?
I think that's about it. If you have a Panther tank, it's a great companion. I mean, they're based off the same chassis. Actually, that's another fun fact. The chassis of this shares the same as the one on the Brickmania Panther. So it's kind of like a real world thing. They share the same chassis in the real world. So here they are on the Lego world.
All right, this is the Jagdpanther. Jagdpanther. Designed by Andrew Summers. For more information on this kit and a lot of other cool kits, please check out brickmania.com. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye.